This is part 2 of the video for top speed car. We already talked about step 1, which was accelerating to top speed, and step 2, which is racing to top speed. And now we're talking about hitting the brakes and coming to a stop. So we have here is we have we're going at full speed. The velocity is not changing, and that looks like a straight line. So when we hit the brakes, we're going to abruptly change our velocity from what we're going at down to 0. And so we're going to come to a stop. And what that looks like on the, anytime there's an acceleration, the acceleration is going to look like a curve on the XT graph. So I was going this fast, but now I'm going to slow down, and then I'm going to go horizontal. So this will be a slight curve. And I'll be going in the horizontal right at this point. So that is saying that I am decelerating. So my acceleration here is going to be negative. And so I do have a change in velocity here, and so my acceleration here, since I slammed on the brakes, is going to be a result of my forces. And so the force of the motor is now off. So you won't see a force of the motor here because I've let my foot off the gas. And my force of resistance, since that's off, my force of resistance is going to be a combination of my the brake and the brake and friction and wind and everything. So the net force is actually going to be dropping all the way down to there. And so this is the net force because I don't have a positive force of the motor pushing against it. So that means my acceleration will also drop way down. So my acceleration, which was here, now all of a sudden drops way down here. So that's going to cause you to decelerate or slow down. So my net force is down there. So the motor is just basically off. And so that is what slowing down will look like. And then of course the last one's pretty easy. We're going to come to a stop at the finish line. So when you come to a stop, this one right here will be a straight line. So we're just sitting there, and for whatever 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, and we are stopped. So here we are stopped. We are not moving. And so now our velocity is stopped. We have no velocity. As opposed to this one, we had a velocity, but it just wasn't changing. Now we have no velocity, so our velocity is equal to 0. And then our acceleration, obviously, at this point, will be no acceleration. And our force should be no force. So that one's easy. The net force is not only 0, but we don't have a force. And the acceleration is also 0. So what you'll see in the two places where you have some sort of a curve is this is where you will be looking at your acceleration. So you have a curve here, that's acceleration. So we have acceleration. And then in the green as well, we have a curve. And this curve is a positive acceleration. So there you have it. Even though the acceleration is getting less as time goes on, we still are accelerating. And at this point, our forces are equal. And so this is our constant velocity car right here. And so this area is constant velocity. And this area is constant because it is not moving. And there you have it. The top speed car.